morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Thursday, the 19th day of June, 2025. Thursday of the 11th week of the year, the 11th week in Ordinary Time. And I traded a pounding of the surf at Long Beach Island for the lawnmowers here on the campus at St. Francis. So both of which are loud. I have Mass in just a few minutes. I just wanted to get today's reflection in. So I didn't want to get too close over to the chapel to do it, but unfortunately the lawnmowers are going crazy. So let's just get this done. 1, 2, 3. So we left the pleas in the first reading in 2 Corinthians. We left the pleas for and now he's coming over here. Okay, so, and I was going to get perhaps even louder. So we've left the pleas for money in 2 Corinthians in chapter 8. Now we're in chapter 11, in which, again, Paul is trying to show that he is better than this group that's calling itself super apostles. I guess that those who thought that they could present the message or could explain a life in a very radical, a very direct way. Who were these people and what were they about and where they come from? It's not really clear always, but as with any group, you're going to get those who perhaps want to live more rigorously or more radically. Again, the message that is being proclaimed and things like that, and so there's competition, that is happening. But Paul falls back on love. Now, again, in the first letter to the Corinthians, there is not much love in the first letter to the Corinthians because he's so angry and upset by the way they're understanding the practices and doing different kinds of things and not taking care of each other, especially during the Eucharistic banquet. And there's the lawnmower again during the Eucharistic banquet and everything else like that. But now it seems as though he's grown to love them in the second letter to the Corinthians. And out of that love for them, he is saying that it's not just about impressing them with what he knows, what he can do, or these kinds of things like that. It's about giving them a message that's going to give them life. These super apostles were perhaps, a bunch of puffed up whatever they were, who wanted to impress people with the way in which they could live what they thought Jesus' message was. But Paul is saying it's all for show. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't stand for anything. And so what he is offering them is a lot more dynamic, a lot more purposeful, a lot more powerful. And so that's what matters, and that's what they have to pay attention to. And Paul impresses upon them, again, that God knows how much he loves them and wants them to thrive and prosper as a community of faith. In Matthew's Gospel, simplicity in basically just the introduction of the Lord's Prayer. And the Lord's Prayer that we still use today in Mass, much longer than Luke's version of the Lord's Prayer, but the focus always again upon forgiveness and the necessity to forgive. Without forgiveness, there is no love. Without forgiveness, there is no growth. Without forgiveness, there is no healing. Without forgiveness, there is no future. And the importance of trying to be able to forgive. As difficult as it is, as trying as it is, as complex as it is, if we do not forgive, we do not live up to our character as believers in this world, and we do not live up to what the gospel message asks us to proclaim. A continued blessed day. This lawnmowers have moved on. It's a little bit silent now. A continued blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord give you his peace.